Hey everybody, it's you here from project.laptoplifestyle.com, and I want to cover today a very important topic as well, and it's how I manage 15 employees and have a peaceful life, I have a relaxed life, I can enjoy my life. Right now I have 15 full-time employees under all my businesses and my companies, and I know in the beginning, even 2-3 years ago, I was spending so much time with my employees. Actually, when I had 2 employees, I was spending much more time on them, with them, micromanaging them and doing many other things than today when I have 15. And I have a few concepts which I use, key distinctions which I've had through the last years, including some softwares, and I would love to cover what I'm doing, what works for me, and I hope this will help you as well, whether you manage 1 person, 2 people, 3 people, whether you have 10, 15, and I believe this applies to much bigger teams as well, and I'll get right into it. So before I get into it, I want to take a side note. I actually don't think it's necessarily good to have too much employees. I think you want to have the maximum employees based on your current business or situation. Maybe you don't need more employees. Maybe you want to maximize the people you have right now as much as possible, but it really depends on what you're doing. I actually read an article a few months ago. There was a person who was running an e-commerce store. It was, I think he had maybe 1 employee or 1 or 2 people show, and the store was making $1 million a year. And he was traveling most of the time. So it really depends what you're doing and how your business is structured, and not necessarily go and start hiring more people. It really depends on what you do. And another example is, I'll give you 2 examples actually. I started an Amazon business 1 year ago. And actually Amazon FBA, if you heard of his business model, it's like the hot name today. It's a very agile business model because I actually don't have any employees on it. Amazon is taking care of your shipping, of your customer support, and I do have someone doing some actions there, but it's literally like a 1-2 hour daily max. And the business is almost doing already 6 figures a year. It's only 1 year since I started. As opposed to another business where I have literally 6-7 full-time employees because it's needed in order for the business to run and grow. Another SaaS service which I have, you need customer support. You have people, so you need to take care of them, you need customer support people. So again, it all depends on what you do, and it's not necessarily about having more people. But if you already have more people, you need to listen to this. So tip number 1, do not micromanage. Micromanaging will suck your soul. I think it's a really bad thing. You want to trust your people. You want to hire superstars. You want to hire A players, so they'll be able to do things on their own without you telling them and holding their hand every step of the way. And the beautiful thing actually about online and remote teams, something which people don't get is online you actually see only one thing because you don't see the person usually. Sometimes you can communicate with Skype, but in the end of the day, you see only one thing. You see the results that person produced to you. And the results matter about anything else. In the end of the day, you can just look, in the end of the week, you can see what the person has done. You can see the results. And based on this, you know whether the person has worked, whether he worked hard, whether he didn't work hard. And that's the beautiful thing. You don't actually need to see what they're doing. In the end of the day, you won't see them. You won't see them whether they drink coffee or go take breaks. You'll see what they have produced and done. That's the most important thing, and that's the beautiful thing about online and remote. You don't need to be there on them. You just have a peaceful life, but you see what they have done. If they're good, if they're performing, great. If they're not, find someone else. That's one of the key things which people don't understand about online. Tip number 2, you want to ask every employee who works full-time to prepare a daily report in the end of the day. Ask them to spend 5 minutes of it, not more, 5 minutes, and in the report you want to ask 4 key questions. What have you done today? What have I learned today? What challenges have I had today? And what do I plan doing tomorrow? So those questions are very important. They actually also show you what someone has done during the day based on how they write the report. They can show you if someone even fills the report. Some employees will not, or some people you hire will not even do the reports. And this will show you one way of how they are in general. And those reports are so crucial. They'll show you what a person is doing, and also in the first month of hire, it's really crucial to do it because you'll see if someone will even do it. Maybe someone you'll ask him, he will see every day he will do it because you asked for him. Someone else, he'll start forgetting, and it's kind of also can show you his attitude towards the job. So daily report with those 4 key questions, 5-10 minutes maximum, not more. It should be like a quick thing, and you're good to go. Number 3, you need to assign managers, project managers. So for every few people you have, you want to assign one person who is above them, someone who is in charge of them. Like if they have problems, they can come to him. If they want to take a vacation, a day off, if they have a problem, anything, go to him. Don't be the daddy and mother or the mother of everybody. You want to have other people, project managers or managers, be the daddy. And you can assign really simple things for them, and they can be above those few people. So there is no really like scientific number, but overall, for every few employees, you want to have one manager. It can be different number based on what you're doing, but you need to figure out yourself based on what you're doing. So those are the 3 concepts which I recommend. Really, those allow me to have a peaceful life because I don't micromanage. I can see only daily reports of people, and I have some managers, some people who are above. Those are key things which I'm doing. Now, in addition to this, I use some softwares which also make my life easy, very, very easy, and the softwares are the following. So, tip number 4 is use time tracking softwares. I use a software called Upstuff, upstuff.com, HUBSTAFF.com, and I think it's a brilliant application. Without it, I couldn't manage a remote team. I don't know how I would have done it, really. Upstuff allows you to track the time someone is actually using. So every time someone is going to work, he's hitting play, and when he's stopping, he's hitting pause. So it's like kind of a remote office software, and in it I can see how much time someone logged in. Very important to see if he's really working the time we agreed. It shows the percentage of activity, actually meaning how much percentage of the time they were using the keyboard and mouse. Meaning if someone really wasn't working, you can actually see he has a low percentage. And yeah, one day everything happened, 2 days everything happened, but if someone has a low percentage of activity for a week, 2 weeks, 1 month, you know he's slacking off, you don't work, and you don't want this kind of person in your business. Fire him. You can also see screenshots of actually what we're doing. Upstuff records it. Now, I don't look at the screenshots every day. I rarely look into it, but it's something you can see. If someone is like lying to you or doing YouTube all day, if you see he's not producing the results, for example, quickly go see what he's doing on Upstuff. And many times I've seen all of a sudden with people are on YouTube all day, on Facebook all day, not even working, which explains why someone is not producing the results. Having such software for someone is also an accountability as opposed to not having, because he knows he needs to log in, he knows he's being watched, even though I don't really go there unless there is a problem, and it's also another level. Now, Upstuff also is my payroll solution, so it sends all the payrolls, all the salaries to all my employees. Full-time, you can choose where to send once a month, you can choose twice a month, you can even have contractors pay them by the hourly, and it will send everything automatically. Configure it once and forget about it. Time tracking softwares, I think, are crucial for remote teams, and Upstuff is a brilliant application. Tip number 5, use Slack. Slack changed my life completely. I think it's the perfect tool for internal communication, internal team communication. So if you have a team, you want them to communicate on Slack. And when you communicate on Slack, you remove all email, because when you have no email, you have a peaceful life. Email is stress. I don't know about you, for me email is very stressful. Now in Slack, communication is amazing. Check it out, slack.com. It changed my life. It's the perfect tool for internal team communication. Now tip number 6, you want to have a project management tool. I personally use Asana, asana.com, and you need some kind of project management tool. So you can assign tasks to people, you can have due dates, they can comment there, maybe some team members can communicate with each other, collaborate together, and you need some kind of place to manage things. You don't want to just send an email, hey, do this, and you forget about this email or something. You don't really want to do it. So Asana, really, really crucial. Tip number 7, actually, like 7 software I use followup.cc. It's a tool actually which helps you stay on top of things with email. It's just a really crucial thing if sometimes you are sending an email to someone, if you are doing some kind of request, even though you shouldn't, and maybe not to employees, but you can actually automatically follow up in 1, 2 weeks, 10 days, you know which specific date, and this way you kind of stay on top of things, and this allows me to stay on top of everything and without really worrying, spending much time, and really having a peaceful, relaxed life while I continue traveling the world and doing what I love. So those are the tips which I use, and this is how I manage 15 employees right now, and I have a peaceful life, I have a relaxed life, and I know everything is running smoothly. I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love to hear your comments below. Do you use any other softwares for managing? Do you have any other things maybe you employ? I would love to hear if you start using what I say and it's really helping you. And share your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the video below, Project Laptop Lifestyle, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.